nail friends, it's Sarah here, and in today's video we are doing Crystal Christmas nail design. This is a collaboration with Talia's Nail Tales, so make sure you guys check out her channel as well. We are doing a 12-day holiday series, and today we are doing a crystal design, and I decided to do kind of pink themed, and I'm going to do 2 camera angles so I can kind of do a step-by-step chit-chat and teach you guys exactly how I'm doing this by step-by-step. So if you guys are interested in that, just keep watching. Okay, so I have my hand here. I've already applied my Glitter Bells stiletto tips and a clear base, so that's where I'm going to start off this design. What I'm going to use is Glitter Bells North Star. These are just these beautiful little glitters. They're just a solid glitter. So I'm going to use that in the design. I'm also going to use Petal Candy, which is like a nice soft pink, kind of matches my background. I'm going to use the core powder here, and this one is the Pink Opal. And this is just a really, really pretty pink core powder. I'm also going to use a lot of people's favorite. This is like such a staple. This is Baby Girl Crush. It is so pretty, you guys will see. And another core powder, which is just glass slippers, which is clear. So I've already drawn something out right here, so we're gonna do it in this kind of order that I have. So I'm gonna start with the ring finger, and I'm gonna use the core powder Pink Opal, and we're gonna do a smile line. I'm just dipping in, and I'm picking up a bead about this size. I'm gonna drain a lot of the liquid out of that so it doesn't move around too much. I'm placing it kind of in the center of the nail. I'm not placing it at the cuticle area because to start I want to get my smile line done first. So I'm just patting this down the sides, and then I'm going to pull it in the center to create a nice smile line. Just pushing up, and I'm cleaning off my brush often so that the product doesn't stick to my brush. So if you guys are ever having product sticking to your brush, it's probably because you need to clean your brush or you're working too dry. So you can always build this up. This is just to start. I'm kind of carving out my smile line. And then I'm also going to let this dry, and then I'm going to go in with a hand file and refine it even more. So that's how it looks so far. I'm going to go ahead and fill in the cuticle area next. Placing my bead down, cleaning off my brush, making sure my brush isn't wet or else the product will run. And I'm just pushing it close to the cuticle area. And I'm going to blend that down into my bottom bead. Isn't this such a pretty pink? So this is a core powder, so you can place this on the nail and you can file it, and you don't need to encapsulate this, unless you want to, of course. But it's nice and strong on its own. So I'm going to build this up some more, just so that when I file it, I have a really good ledge. So that's it on the side. I'm gonna add a little bit more though, because like I said, we want this to be thick, especially right at where I'm gonna be filing. And this doesn't need to be perfect because it's gonna get filed. So if it's like lumpy in any way and it's not like perfectly smooth, that's totally fine. Okay, so that's so far how that looks. We're just gonna leave that, and I'm gonna do the exact same design on the thumb because I want the thumb to match the ring finger. Actually, now that I'm here, I don't want the thumb to match the ring finger. I want the thumb to be different. See, that's what I do sometimes when I was doing clients, is you kind of have an idea in your head and then you change your mind. So I'm changing my mind. I'm actually going to do a fade with the cover pink. So I'm applying that pink opal at the cuticle area, and I'm just pushing it close. I'm cleaning off my brush, which means dipping in my acrylic liquid and then wiping off my brush. And that just makes the tip of my brush more pointy and flat. And I'm just fading this down by pulling and wiping on my napkin right next to me, and pulling and wiping. That's how that looks. I'm just gonna add a bit more of the pink opal. Okay, so while that is drying, we're gonna be adding pink opal to these other nails as well. So let's do that, because you wanna add your core, like solid color first before you go in with glitter, so you don't mix the glitter in with the color and then accidentally get glitter in your plain color, especially if you want it to be plain. So again, I'm going in with the pink opal at the cuticle area. Getting it close to the skin, and then fading this down. And then I'm gonna add more at the tip, like right here. Again, cleaning off my brush, and then pushing this up to blend, and then fading it down. I'm gonna be adding glitter to this one, so this one doesn't need to be perfect. But I do have a nail that I wanted to be solid pink opal. So I was only gonna do a 2 camera angle, but then I decided to pull up a 3rd, just so I could show you guys what I'm kind of doing. But first, to check to see if something is dry, like enough to file, you want to tap it and listen for that tapping sound. Do you guys hear that? That means it should be ready to file. So I'm going to be using my Glitter Bells metal file boards with the 180 grit. We have the refills on the site, but we're out of the metal file boards. We also have regular Glitter Bells files as well on the site. So I'm just going to file this smile line so that it's really sharp and, you know, looks good. And to do that, I'm like holding the finger in place. When you're happy with that, you're gonna want to cleanse off any of the dust, because you don't want dust in the way. So I'm just cleansing that nail. Okay, and that's how it looks. So we're gonna go in with another color. So the color I'm gonna go in on this nail is the one called Petal Candy. And to tie Petal Candy into all the nails, I'm gonna be doing some stamping with this clear jelly stamper color called 71. So everything will just tie together, you know? So I'm just gonna pick up a bit of this on my brush, put it close to that ledge I've created, and then I want to get this like nice and even first, right around there, and then I'm just gonna blend this down. I'll work on the other side in a sec. And then on this side, I'm going to go in again, apply it, and then push it close to that ledge. Clean up any overlapping, and then I'm just fading this down the nail. And that's how it looks so far. So it doesn't need to be perfect full coverage because we're going in with the baby girl crush next. I feel like I want to add more of this petal candy actually. Sorry, now that I've done that, I'm going to go in on the thumb and I'm just going to add this at the tip. I like this color, I want to add more of it. And kind of fade that out. And that's how that looks. Okay, now I'm really excited for the baby girl crush and these little glitters. So the glitters look like this. They're called North Star. And this is what baby girl crush looks like. Just so pretty. It's funny, I thought it looked really like kind of salmon-y, but when you dip in and you grab the color out, it's not so salmon looking. I'm going to start from the pinky and go along, that way the thumb can dry. So I'm adding this kind of like around the nail. It kind of looks like pink snow. It's very pretty. This doesn't have to be perfect or anything. I'm going at the cuticle area, cleaning off my brush and patting that along. And I'm just going to kind of do a circle around. So the center is the pink opal and the outside is the glitter. It kind of has, if you look really closely, I don't know if you guys will be able to tell, it kind of has like matte pink glitters in it. It's very pretty. So again, that doesn't really have to look like anything, but that's gonna dry. It'll all come together when it's encapsulated. So now we're gonna work on this nail. I'm adding the baby girl crush at the tip. I'm gonna pat that down, fade that down the tip, and then I'm gonna wet my brush and kind of blend and pull that up so it kind of fades into the petal candy color. Oh my god, that's so pretty. So I'm trying to decide. I wrote down on my little paper that this finger was gonna have like a crystal snowflake, but this one's bigger, so maybe we should do that one, the crystal snowflake. So this one's gonna match the pinky. See, it's kind of fun when you do nail designs, so like draw something out, but then change it as you go. That's what I used to do with my clients. I had so much fun with that. So we're gonna go in with the North Star glitters in a sec. I just wanted to get the baby girl crush down first. When I was trying to plan this design, I was originally going to go with like a rose gold crystal design, but I ended up switching my mind last minute today and going with pink. Okay, on the thumb, I'm gonna add the baby girl crush kind of in the center instead of a tip. And I'm gonna fade it up and down. So it's kind of like right in the middle. That's how that looks. Okay, really excited for the North Star glitter. So to put down this North Star glitter, you're gonna wanna use the glass slippers. This is the clear. This is brand new because I ran out of one. The only two nails it's gonna go on are the ring finger and the thumb. So I'm gonna dip my brush, pick up a little bit of glass slippers, and then go into the little glitters and place them down and kind of move them where I want them. Oh, that's so pretty. And then again, I'm gonna do that on the thumb, but I'm gonna kind of just do it, I don't know, all over kind of. More in the center, I think, and then kind of fade down. So they're more dense in the center, and then they kind of fade. Those glitters are so pretty. Okay, so we can encapsulate these. First, I'm going to shut all my lids. For this nail, it's quite thick right here, right? So we don't really need to add too much there, but I need to encapsulate the very tip at least. So I'm gonna get the tip done, and then I'm gonna go in and get these sides areas done too. I'm gonna need to add more monomers in. So I added quite a big chunk there. And then I'm just gonna bring this along to the other side and encapsulate the side. Okay, the monomer I'm going to be using is the Hemi-free monomer. I just got to add a little bit more. My dish is getting low. I'm going to clean off my brush. So I like to check the nails from the side, and you can see that there's a dip still, so we got to add a little bit more. And again, this doesn't have to be perfect. We're gonna file these anyway. So I'm just gonna leave that for now and then encapsulate the rest of them. When I'm working on a client, I can place the product and then bend the finger down. But I find that when I do that, when I'm filming, that it's kind of goes blurry and hard to see. But that's like the best way to do it. That way the product doesn't seep into the cuticle area and make a mess. So if you guys see it go blurry when I bend the finger down, that's because I'm making it out of focus. See, bending the finger down just helps the product go where you need it to go, instead of keeping the finger upright for the camera to see, and then it can kind of move in the wrong spot. And then when I go down at the tip, I pull the finger back up. That way I don't pull too much product off, because I'm just trying to pat and pull and make it even. But it doesn't really have to even be that even because we finish well. So I like to check side of the nail and make sure that I have enough apex. So I'm going to build this one up a little bit, which means applying a bit more at the cuticle area, a little bit further back, bending the finger down and fading this down the nail, keeping the center of the bead mostly there for bulk, and fading out the sides. And then again, pull the finger back up when I'm working on the tip. Okay, so while that's drying, I'm going to take a break and I'll be right back to hand file these on camera. Okay, so here's how they look. I filed all of the other ones, but I'm going to file this one on camera. I'm just going to use this carbide bit that's kind of like a rainbow. I think I got this from Glitter Bells, like UK, Nails by Annabelle, her site. They sent me a gift a while ago. Anyways, so I'm going to turn this on like a medium speed. And I'm just going to debulk right in the center before I hand file. So I'm not putting a lot of pressure down though. And I'm holding the nail down whenever I go over the center. And I'm going downward, like towards me, instead of back and forth. You can go back and forth, but I'm just kind of going downward. So just a little bit of blending, and then I'm going to do most of my filing by hand. So I go up the one side here, and I try to make that really, really pointy and straight. So under and straighten. And then I'm going to do that on the other side. Kind of want to bring this sidewall up so it's not like hanging. You want it to be straight out. Then I'm going to go over center. Around the cuticle area. Just trying to blend the whole thing. And then up the other side. Okay, then I'm going to take a Glitter Bells buffing block and just lightly and gently buff the nail. You really don't want to buff it too much or your gel polish, like top coat, won't stick to it. You just want to reduce the scratches. And then I'm going to dust everything off and wipe with alcohol. Okay, so here is how the nails all look, and the thumb, after they've been finished filed. So now we can work on our stamping. Okay, so the stamping plates I'm going to be using are these ones from Clear Jelly Stamper. They're just, you know, a bunch of snowflakes. There's two different ones here. So I'm just gonna pick my favorite snowflakes. And the colors I was gonna use were the pink here, which is number 71, and this kind of shimmery white, which is number 34. Not sure if I'm gonna use the shimmery white. These are layered stamping plates, you can kind of layer them, but I'm not sure. So the nails that are having okay, so I added these on this one, but I'll talk about this one. Okay, so, well, I had some people asking about stamping, so I thought I'd just kind of explain it. I don't really want to adjust anything. So you put your polish on your plate. Then you scrape. Just one quick scrape and then whoop, flick of a wrist. Simple, easy. Don't push down with the stamper, except for when you're putting it on the nail. You can push down. When you're trying to pick up the image, you want to flick your wrist to pick it up. Cute. Okay, so now we can do crystals. I'm going to be using my Glitter Bells base glue, and then I'm going to use some micro swabs to place the glue where I want it. I'm going to kind of do like a snowflake crystal design. So this is the one I'm going to kind of use for inspiration. It's from Home of Deva. If you're not following her, you definitely should. She does amazing work. So I'm kind of using this for kind of like, I don't have everything she has, but I'm going to kind of try my best. Okay, but first I'm going to add crystals in the center of my snowflakes, because that's always cute. Okay, I'm going to try working on this crystal snowflake thing. For the center of my crystal snowflake, I'm going to actually use a crystal snowflake. Okay, that's pretty. Kind of a snowflake. Not as pretty as Home of Divas. Works. Okay, and then we're gonna add crystals on the other two nails while that one dries. Just like at the cuticle area. This nail, I'm sure these huge long ones I want to use. And then on the thumb, one of these pink ones that look like, I don't know, like a teardrop kind of. Okay, so now we're gonna top coat all these. So you're not gonna wanna top coat the crystals, just top coat around the crystals. You can use like a small art brush if you need to. I'm going to use my Glitter Bells No Wipe top coat to top coat these. You don't want to get top coat on your crystals because it'll just dull the shine. And since these are genuine, I want them to be as shiny and sparkly as possible. This nail, I'll probably have to do it all with my small art brush. Some people ask, why don't I top coat before adding crystals? I just find they slide around too much. So I like to top coat after. And now we can give that a full cure. Oh, was I not filming that? Okay, so this, after I've got the hand out of the light, I've put on some cuticle oil, and this is the finished result. So I hope you guys like this design and that I gave you some inspiration for ideas to do this Christmas season with pink. I like it, but it turned out a little pinker than I was expecting in my head, and also the crystal design's crooked, but that's because I placed it down and then I guess my original first crystal kind of shifted, and if it even moves slightly, it can throw everything off. So, whoops. I hope you guys still like it, and, you know, that doesn't throw you off too much. Everything you saw in this video, all from glitter balls, you can get from my site, nailthrone.com. I will leave a link in my description box, and I will link the hand I used as well in my description box. Make sure you guys head on over to Talia's channel and check out what she did for Crystal Christmas. She always does amazing designs, and so make sure you head there right after this and check it out. So thanks so much for watching, guys. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Leave me a comment, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!